Ban.
Alright everybody, hello and welcome back. It's game number 2, getting started here on South America Championships by TT Esports, only on Truesight TV. I'm SB Revolution 5, solo casting tonight. It's Kawaii Besuni versus Luccini Gaming. Game number 2, Luccini, let's just say game number 1 was a bit of a stump. I mean,
5 seconds
they won in like 20 minutes, it was something like 6-58.
Dire team ban.
Something like that, yeah. But, anyways, we're going to see Kawaii actually getting a great start here. They'll take the Wisp this time with the Tiny as well. I'm already liking their draft a lot better. It seems stronger already.
Winter Wyvern.
Radiant team
Seems
pick.
just really solid in general. As, we are going to see Winter Wyvern as well picked up here. Shadow Fiend and Gyro there for Luccini, so a lot of early aggression, a lot of magic damage and physical damage kind of rolled up into one, or rather two, I guess, here.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
As Sand King will be the other pickup. So already looking at this big
Dire
team fight,
team pick.
early aggression, abuse of the jungle strategy, which I like, but Tiny can do okay against. I mean, these aren't incredibly tanky heroes that they picked up against the Tiny. He can burst them down with his combo, for sure. And that can be a problem, as well as Winter Wyvern keeping him alive, keeping the Wisp alive as well. Keep in mind, they can use the Winter Wyvern heal on the Wisp,
10
well, it's tethered to
seconds
Tiny.
remaining.
Tiny will get the region. He will still hit people.
5 seconds remaining.
It's a little bit of a defensive support lineup, but when you've got this much stun on the Tiny alone, I can see it. I'd like to see another core with stun. I'd really like to see Slardar picked up, but he, of course, is banned out, as Luccini got rid of him as quickly as possible. Trying to think. Sven is an option, but the problem is a lot of these heroes that have good, solid disables are stunners. And, wow, wait. A lot of these heroes with good, solid disables are melee, is what I meant to say. It didn't quite come through, did it? Yeah. And so, picking too much melee can be a bit of a problem. Now, of course, with the Tiny and the IO can help the melee carries be anti-kited. And there's some more lockdown. The Magnus coming out from Kawaii, and I really like this. This will put him up to 100% cleave, I believe. Yep. When he's got the Empower up there, which is a lot of damage combined with the damage buff that comes from Empower, too. Ancient Apparition, though, will be picked up by Luccini as their sort of counter to the IO and the Winter Wyvern to an extent. Alright.
10 seconds
Sorry,
remaining.
just trying to upload the VOD very quickly here, so that those of you who missed game number 1 can
5 seconds
catch
remaining. Reserve time.
Tusk
Radiant team
is the
ban.
ban out from Kawaii here. Don't want to have to deal with the Tusk as well as all that team fight. It's a little surprising that he's been left in the pool till then. I'm imagining Kawaii wants to pick up a one-position safe lane carry, or maybe even kind of a two-position safe lane
10
carry.
seconds remaining.
Queen of Pain is banned, of course.
5
They
seconds
are
remaining.
on Dire. I'm trying to think. I don't like Wraith King here. I'd like to see
Reserve
something
time.
ranged. Lena actually comes to mind as something that would be great. A great way to kill off the Ancient Apparition as well. And Bristleback will be the ban. That would be another similar kind of run at you kind of hero. So could be very nice, as the gloves are officially off in our playoffs. Now, tomorrow night, we do not have quite as much. We do have 2 best-of-1s, though. It'll be Golden Elements and Resnon Verba, who are facing off in the lower bracket. Or, well, they're not playing each other. Actually, I believe Resnon Verba will be playing Coliseo Dragons, and Golden Elements will be playing the loser of this best-of-3, which we're in right now, which Luccini is up a game in. But Kawaii going with the Ember Spirit, something that I'm assuming Luccini didn't think of. I'm going to say this is their safe lane with Tiny in the mid with Io supporting him, and then Magnus in the off lane. It is greedy, but it's a way to take advantage of the Sand King in the jungle. Now, they'll grab an off-lane Kunkka for Luccini. Is this a new hero? Who's this? Huh? No, they've got a lot of team fight. Like, a lot of team fight. So much team fight, it's scary. I don't think that Kawaii are going to want to fight them pretty much at all. Where is the... There we go. There's my camera. So I don't really know what happened there. Anyways, we are going to be getting things underway on the side of Kawaii. It'll be Tiny, played by Algodonshin, supported by the Wisp of Tecleatiolo. We've got Pain here on the Ember Spirit, headed up to the safe lane, I believe. They're going ahead and cutting down some trees pretty early, spending quite a bit of Wisp's mana.
30 seconds to battle.
Of course, not too much, as Tether, of course, is a relatively low mana cost spell. Wop will be in the mid lane on Magnus here. I'm assuming the off lane, as he has gotten his boots up. And we'll have Winter Wyvern, played by Ahi, on the other side of the river. It'll be Cristiano God on the Shadow Fiend. Kamuxi, of course, on the Ancient Apparition. Zendrils will be here on the Sand King, presumably headed off to the jungle, although he does have boots, so he may be headed to lane. The Sword on the off lane, Kunkka. And last but not least, it'll be Gyrocopter, played by Aliato, who played a spectacular Ursa in our previous game. Of course, I'm SB Revolution 5 for Truesight TV, which you're watching right now. Hope you guys are enjoying the cast. Now, in the mid lane, they should be able to dominate Shadow Fiend pretty easily, but Cristiano is the player that's known to make plays. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one that will pick up the puck, and he will spank you with it if he needs to. On the other side here, Kunkka up top. He'll be getting harassed pretty heavily, but does manage to land a torrent. Very nicely played there by him. This is a very skill-based hero until the extreme late game, where it's just you hit one creep and everyone around it dies, hopefully. Kamuxi will actually use the Chilling Touch on himself. Does a little bit of extra damage there to the Magnus, which would be nice. Protecting Gyro's farm very easily in the early game here. Sand King is helping pull through and hasn't actually stacked anything up yet. A little surprising there. They did need to wrestle control of that lane away from Magnus very early. You can't let him get easy levels, and especially not easy farm, which is pretty easy for him to achieve with Shockwave if he can spam it out reasonably. They're going to look to stack this. Kamuxi going to make it down here. I'm trying to say, hey, Sand King, can you get that one for yourself? I'm stacking this for you, buddy. As I don't believe that will stack. No. Unfortunately, it was ranged, and if you're a little too late on that ranged camp, it's gonna really hurt you. Wop will make it to the rune, though, and actually grab himself a bounty rune, getting a little bit of extra XP, a bit of extra gold as well. And Shadow Fiend will actually be taking this medium camp, just to finish off his bottle, which he will almost be to, just about 10 gold to go. And he can stay alive here very easily, so. In the meantime, Wisp, of course, having his bottle as well. Cristiano just having to wait on the bottle to arrive. He does have a salve, but he does not have nearly enough mana to really contest this here. And a very passive early game coming out from both sides here.
Not
Quite surprising, but they do need to get quite a few levels up on either side. The Tiny needs his combo, the Kunkka needs a few points in his, well, his combo as well, as that's the build he's going for here. This is probably the better build for the offlane, as when you have the lane close to you, Tidebringer would push it back out, and that's going to be pretty bad, honestly. It's going to say, oh, free XP? Nah. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, Wop is going to find himself yet another bounty rune. I am finding Regen up top, which would be very nice. Avalanche coming out. Will connect slightly on Cristiano with Kamexi. Standing in the wings. Still no first blood, though. As Kawaii are definitely out farming them here. Although we can say that Gyro is doing okay. They do get a toss out on the Cristiano and just keeping him back, saying, no, don't mess with us. Don't do it, please. I think Tiny was animation canceling on us there. As the sword does get hit with some Arctic Burn as well as a Splinter Blast. He'll be forced back a bit, but he should be okay. I'm not sure what he's saving for here with 600 gold. Could go for a lot of things, and there's definitely not a standard Kunkka build at the moment. But
is under attack.
it would mean he has to be standard in the meta, and I am just going to catch the tail end of First Blood there, as Algodonchin will pick it up off of the Shadow Fiend. They'll find a triple or possibly quad stack. I'm not quite sure how many that is. And it looks like Magnus and Wisp should be able to clear this, but I'd like to see Tiny get the XP. They are going to throw out a Shockwave there, which does say to Zindrils, hey, somebody's around here. He'll see Tech Lady YOLO here. Doesn't have the Sandstorm just yet. Kamuxi coming in as well. But Tiny's still here waiting in the wings, and Winter Wyvern's even rotating down for this, as they are going to start to clear it up. And Avalanche coming down. It really will matter, though, who gets the last hits. The moment as Shadow Fiend is coming in.
Is under attack.
One hit does a lot of damage to him. Algodonchin probably going down on the other side as Shadow Fiend takes him down. 2 for Luccini. They do get a few last hits, I believe, for Wop there. Maybe not quite enough, but at least a few. And some clarity's going around
Radiant's top
the
tower is
heroes
under
here
attack.
as well. Wisp, though, sitting at level 4. We do see Tiny almost to that level 6. As he is going to come down here. He's found his Sea Captain Kunkka, who rotated toward the mid lane. Not going to have any more aggression to throw towards him. Speaking of throwing,
Radiant's
Tiny
top
going to be
tower
doing some
is under
throwing of his
attack.
own over there. Not 322
Radiant
throwing, of course,
structures
but
are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So meanwhile, there will be a drum picked up on Tiny. I really like this against the, nope. It's a Blink Dagger. I like that even better, for sure.
Radiant's
Gonna
top tower
say,
is
oh
under
yeah,
attack.
nice drum. Good idea. It's a wonderful item, but Ember Spirit is likely going to go for one of his own if he doesn't go for a quick boots of travel, which looks to be the case here. Zendral's in the meantime still working on his Blink Dagger. Hasn't had too much time to farm, especially being forced to do that. Forced to clear his stack when he did. Yeah, we're going to find quite a bit here for the Tiny, though. They should be able to get one more stack out of both of these camps. Yep. If they can pull them far enough away... Yep, they'll get quad stacks on both of those, which this is going to mean big things for the Tiny. Lots of gold going his way very soon. And Wisp should be able to bottle him back up, although he is out of regen at the moment. He'll be able to run the tether through him and do a lot of damage there. Meanwhile, though, Ancient Apparition is coming in. He's spotted out the stack, and now he realizes Algodonchin's here, too. Does he want to stay here? Probably not, as he does not have any damage of his own, but he can at least sap the XP. He realizes they're going to be going back to base for now, though. We'll be grouping up here and taking that stack, though, as well. Winter Wyvern. Hanging out mid, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Hopefully there's a boost coming out to him, yeah. It's going to be good. Splinter Blast. We'll keep those creeps back for a bit. Ember Spirit has gone for Boots of Travel, and working on a Battle Fury, I'm sure. Has great farm up top, and this is where Kawaii, in game number 1, they looked very weak. But
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
they will be making it back now. Meanwhile, they will grab the sword up. The Realm will keep him alive, though. Very nice play there. They'll drag Algodonchin back away from his wispy buddy. And Cristiano will find the kill there, or at least assist in the kill. As Iolo... Oh, no! He messes it up. He doesn't finish tethering out to the Winter Wyvern. I'm not 100% sure how he did that. It seems like he might have canceled his own tether, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Algodonchin going in now. He will be able to take down the gyrocopter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Right now, meanwhile, bottom tower is going to be under siege. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Ancient Apparition will get blown apart by the Tiny, and this is where Tiny is really going to come into his own. Once he gets a hold of that squishy support, this is Tiny's gold income as a whole. It's just killing Ancient Apparition over and over. So smokes are really going to pay off for that, and I think they'll be able to do a lot with it as well. Thank you for faking your ulti, Cristiano, but he'll outstay his welcome, gets Winter's Curse as well. He'll try to get the ult off in time, but it'll just be a Death Requiem, which actually leads into a Torrent and a Boat, but it's just not enough damage at the moment. So...
Dire's middle tower has been denied. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, the sword will be picking up Looks like just a TP right now. He has gone for some mana boots, so probably going into more of a team fight orientation there. Let's pick that up. Womp will have gold for his Blink Dagger now, and that's, I think, where the game is actually going to begin. I mean, it's been kind of a, okay, I'll farm some, you can farm some, we'll trade some farm,
Radiant's
and we'll be
bottom tower
good.
is under attack.
But meanwhile, Cristiano will get jumped on by some raises. The Ember Spirit chains will keep him down, as well as the Winter Wyvern ult. Cristiano won't get that second ulti off. Pain takes almost no damage as they take down the Shadow Fiend once again. In the meantime, though, they do a lot of damage on the bot lane. Wisp will end up falling as they do X him back. That is one of the ways to keep Wisp on a bit of a short leash there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
In the meantime, the tower getting destroyed by the Dire team.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
We'll see the glyph coming out from the Radiant side as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Dragondrop and
is
Tech
under
Ladio
attack.
are looking to go in here. They've got a little bit of cleave on Tiny, and sometimes a little bit is all it takes as he gets the toss. No avalanche to come with it, though. And actually, an X marks the spot, will pull him out of there. They take down Shadow Fiend. There's 4 of them here. They'll get the sword as well. Big AA ulti coming in, but it won't be enough. There's no follow-up left at this point, as all the other heroes have already fallen away. And they should be able to get this bot tower. They did just use the glyph, so there's no glyph available, of course.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
As Kawaii are making it back in game number 2. Taking a look at net worth, we do see they're in the lead there. Team net worth after that tower and that fight, definitely in their favor. Also, just out of curiosity, I wonder what happens when you empower Wisp. What gets the little empower buff on it? Because it's mostly
Radiant's
heroes' hands, but
tower
obviously
is
Wisp
under
doesn't have any. Because meanwhile, Kamuxi doesn't have anything. As he gets caught out here, they're going to find this triple stack. They won't be able to clear through it just yet, I think. But they will be able to
tower is under attack.
know that it's there and possibly get it with either Ember or the Magnus later. Dire's Courier does get picked off. What the heck? Doesn't make sense. And they're saying, Cristiano, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a trap. And looks like he is not going to do it for now. Oh, I need to fix that. Ult flies, doesn't connect though. Tiny is a hunter-killer at the moment right now. Just healing up the Wisps, biding their time. There is a double damage there on the bot lane, which they'll see now. I'd like to see Magnus or Tiny or Ember, for that matter, grab it. Ember, in the meantime, is about 1600 to his Battle Fury. Not doing bad at all. Whereas Cristiano, it's not had a very fun time. He's even going for BKB. Which will, of course, block the burst from Tiny, but eventually physical damage is going to be much more of an issue for them, I believe, as Ember Spirit gets bigger. Which he's not having a hard time doing at the moment, anyway. He will go ahead and pop that double damage now. Get a little bit more out of it. I really would love to see him take that stack. The problem is, unless Gyro can go take it, and he's smoked up already, which means they are not going to do so just yet. He is 200 from his Sanjin Yasha, though. Dragondrop almost to a Scepter, actually. Just missing the point booster there, so... They know they're up there. There is a relocate out available, though, so they can just say, okay, take my Wisp, don't take me. Ult will fly. Wisp may get caught out from this. he's going to go ahead and relocate out. And this is the problem of smoke ganking. A relocate target. Ember's going to rotate forward. We'll find Kamuxi. The boat's going to fly. Cristiano there to follow up. But the Wyvernal is going to get here. Algodonchin able to TP back up as Wisp will now relocate up. They do take down Ember. They get another, though, as they bring down Winter Wyvern. But Tiny, there he is. They missed the RP. And oh no, it's not good here. As the Sword, he's going to get on the run. The Steward will finish him off. They're running Wisp away. Can he kite? He does manage to tether over to Tiny and dodge the hits. Death Requiem going to go off now. It's Cristiano. He's going to go down. Zindrels in the trees. We'll try to TP now, and they won't quite find him. But an explosive team fight. A very clever dodge of the gank from Kawaii. As they manage to get off of it as well. Just dodging that gank, relocating back to the fountain, and then
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Turning things around, honestly. So meanwhile, there is going to be a relocate coming to the bottom lane. They're on the hunt for Cristiano, their prize kill here. As Algodonchin gets another kill. They do throw down a Gyro ulti. They'll bring down one. It'll actually be two here. Now, can Tiny, with his icy exterior, now make it away in time? He's going to actually toss him back and be able to get away. As the Ags is actually finished on him. Sanking tries to chase, but little does he know there's two more behind him. They place down a sentry, and they're looking for the opening. The smoke breaks. They've seen him now. But they will get away, it looks like, or at least they'll try. Wyvern is TPing out. There will be an X out onto the Magnus, but the Force Staff keeping him out of the range of the boat. Very nicely played there from Wop. Skunka is picking up a mech. Looks like he's going for Guardian Greaves here. Very interesting pick, but hey. Can get what he wants, of course. No, we will see Sand King catching them out with a stun. There'll be an actually pretty big AA ulti coming in here. Wop is in a lot of trouble. He's going to try to TP home in time. It looks like he might just make it. AA will get bursted by the Avatos once again. Now that Tiny has this big old tree picked up here. Not even level 16, but already has 7 kills on the board as well as 5 assists. Doing a lot of work for the side of Kawaii. I'm not sure how you pronounce this team's name, by the way. I think it's Kawaii. I think it's Kawaii. Kawaii Vessel Ni. I don't really know. I'm not Japanese. I don't speak the language. So apologies about that one. Ancient Apparition now picking up his Tranquil Boots.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They're
attack.
going to move into the mid game.
Radiant structures
Mid lane,
are
excuse me,
fortified.
right now. Tiny will take the mid tower. He'll blink away, but he will get X back. Not too much follow-up, though, with the Magnus saving him from that Ice Blast. Nice 4-step there. Great defensive item for your offlaner to have. Is Algodonchin. He says, hey, you want to fight, Cristiano? Really? Really? After I've killed you so many times, you want to fight me again? Okay, let's go. Cristiano thinks better of it, of course. BKB up on him now. There's Ahi. It's going to be kept alive there. "22 minutes in. Relatively quiet. And now that they have that Battle Fury, they say, you know that stack you guys had? Yeah, we're going to take it. Thanks. Bye. Algodonchin will get not hit with that Ice Blast and X back to nothing. As he looks for Sand King, he'll find him just in time. Wicked 6 streak on him. And now the sword, he's called out by the Ember Spirit. They will get enough. They'll get the Winter Wyvern ult down just in time and secure the kill. Pain won't get stunned there. There's the toss out into Shadow Fiend. He's gonna BKB, but he won't even get the ult off as an RP comes in. Aliotl, he's dropping low. Can they find the kill in time? It looks like they can. They only lose Magnus. They're all at relatively low HP, but that'll be fixed very briefly, as he will heal them all up via the IO. Kamuxi does have an ulti available, and I think he's going to try to throw it here, although if he does, they've all healed up so quickly, I don't think it's going to matter. The blink comes away from Tiny as soon as he sees that coming in. And yeah.
Radiant structures are
They will actually use the glyph here as well. Sand King coming in with the ulti, but Pain, he dodges most of it, manages to block the rest with the Flame Guard, and tosses up in the air as Tiny takes down yet another with the tower going as well. A Hyperstone up on him, and I believe a Moon Shard on the way if he wants it. In just about 70 gold. This is the Kawaii I know. Possibly able to make it back from this now. Do want to remind you guys, this is an upper bracket game. Even if the teams lose, they do only fall to the lower bracket, where they'll have a chance to prove their worth in a best of one up against one of the other fallen teams. At the end of tomorrow night, we will have eliminated 2 teams. I don't know who they'll have been, but they will definitely have eliminated them. BKB will be coming up for Gyro. He does not have nearly as much farm as I'd like to see, but he does have more than the Shadow Fiend, who's just having a rough time here. Even the BKB didn't let him get a really good ulti off there, and now he's got to charge back up with the souls. The problem with Shadow Fiend here is that it's not just the cooldown. It's also the souls you have to find in time as well. I don't think they've spotted the Winter Wyvern moving around here. No, they will have now. Splinter Blast will just annoy him a bit. He will get some souls out of this wave, though. Wisp and Tiny just hanging out up top. Okay, looks like it's just a casual Hyperstone into a BKB. I really like this idea from Tiny. Able to withstand a lot of the magical burst that's coming out of Luccini, which is really their kill potential here. Ember Spirit, though, with the Battle Fury and the level 3 Empower as well. Oh, they will spot out Magnus here at least. No Roche luck there. They are smoked up, though. They're going to try to find your Ember Spirit, who does have a safety remnant up somewhere, at least. If I'm not mistaken. Where is it, though? That's the question. Actually, this could be a huge fight. Tiny and Wisp are in the fountain. They're ready to relocate here. Tiny with the newfound 10-second BKB as well. He is going to be in some trouble. He'll get X'd up. He does have that Glimmer Cape up, but Algodanshin makes it in here. He'll take Cristiano down, or will he? The ult comes off, but it's not enough. A big RP coming in from WAP. They will throw out that AAI Splash. It's a triple kill for Aliotl so far. Can he find one more? As Algodanshin will fall. It's an ultra kill. Will it be the Rampage? Coming out onto Pain. He's trying to run, but the X marks the spot. It marks the spot of his potential death. He will get out to a Spirit. Can he TP out in time? It's 18 seconds on cooldown, and he's cut a path for Gyro to... Wait. They know he's there, yeah. He might try to fight this. He does not have Empower up, so he doesn't have quite as much damage. I'll call that a Rampage, to be completely honest. Not quite enough time to make it work, but did manage to get all 5 heroes taken down there. And a Don't Go Away fight recap, that doesn't count because technically it's 2 different fights. Okay, but you can see he got 1,200 gold just from the Ember Spirit. We see, I want to say, about a 4K gold swing here. Of what began as a pretty good fight for Kawaii, but as I'd said before, Shadow Fiend hadn't gotten a big ulti off beforehand. Up until then. And he was just barely able to stay alive, reduce the damage of Tiny, and At that point, there really was not much they could do. We'll see Algodon moving to the bot lane right now.
Here's my pension.
And Haystream will be picked up on the Wisp as well. Those Glimmer Capes are doing some serious work. Luckily, they didn't have the gem picked up on the Winter Wyvern. He bought it out and left it in the stash for the fight after this one. And I think that was a very smart idea. However, they're pinging it out right now. They know that there's a gem at this point, and could be a problem later on. Will deny the Radiant team's vision. A smoke being used now by Luccini, as that is their last smoke for the next 8 minutes. In the meantime, let's just real quick take a quick
Dire's
peek
middle
at the
tower is
Dire.
under attack.
They have a smoke restock coming up
Radiant's
in 20 seconds. They've also
bottom
got
tower
one on
is
the
under
courier,
attack.
so that'll be okay. AOT is going to fly here, won't connect on anyone, but they've spotted out the double damage room. Both teams have, I believe. And Tiny should be able to take this and go for Roche. There was a ping coming out, though. I believe they have been spotted by the Radiant. Yes, they have. A D-Ward coming out as well. Can they take Roche down fast enough? He's at 3/4 of his health. Cleave also an extra damage coming out on Tiny. He does actually well over 700 damage with Empower up, because keep in mind, Grow is base damage. If I'm not mistaken, and Zendrils is going to feel that damage coming in right now. Won't be quite enough to bring him out instantly, but I think they'll be able to find this. As actually, they stopped Kamuxi from TPing home. He does have an ulti available, but he won't have a buyback available to get it off. And at this point, Tiny is an absolute monster. They cleave him up again and say, go for it, man. Speaking of cleave, Ember Spirit. Really making things happen. 3k in the bank. They are using the missile to kind of say, don't mess with us. And Shadow Fiend now getting a Bleak Dagger. I'd actually like to see some tankiness come up on him. He is going to have to drop either the bottle or the Aquila to carry this, or just the TP, which I definitely don't like. But they need something to keep them alive. I would have liked to see some step toward an AC for him, especially, to hopefully increase the armor of his towers. And I just realized the reason Tiny had such high damage was also because of the double damage rune, bringing him to, like, triple damage, I guess. And it will be an AC coming out for Tiny, as he's only about 150 gold away. He does get a stack off, though. And we'll farm it before the enemy team can even think about taking it. At this point. Sorry about the background noise there. The sword is playing a very supportive role. Even though he was in the offlane, he's only really built utility. And I think Sand King is slipping into that 3 position a bit more than the 4 position. But that's 2 big pickups as Ember Spirit picks up his Daedalus. We do have Algodon picking up the AC, and this is where they can look to take the racks again. They also still have that Aegis up on the Tiny as well. Game number 1, we did see Luccini pull out a bit of a gimmicky, okay, we can level 1 Roche, that's cute, we got a great early advantage, let's finish the game now. But it is a problem for them, game number 2. They are not having as great a time. Cristiano is just
under attack.
Not doing too great here. And Algodon, well,
Radiant structures are fortified.
he's doing downright amazing, to be completely honest. I'm surprised he doesn't just last hit that tower when he comes back. Actually, he's fine here. He's gonna get it.
Radiant's top
Destroy the
tower
towers.
is
Zendra's
fallen.
waiting in the trees now. Oh, he blinked. Okay, he's gone. A little surprised they didn't go in on that. They might want to get more, but bringing down the Tiny is a challenge in itself, to be completely honest. They have Glimmer Cape up on him. They'll force staff him back even further to protect him. Fortunately, that should mean... Nope, the Glimmer Cape will stay alive for a bit. He will get stunned by the missile, but not too much. 2 minutes on the Aegis. They surely looked at the timer, and they're going to be ready to push here. A BKB up for Magnus as well. Winter Wyvern picking up some extra wards, probably just to get some aggressive vision into the bases. Ember Spirit can just go forward and say, creep wave? What creep wave? You didn't have one of those. Gyro will throw down the ulti here, but there's no follow-up from the Kunkka as he's occupied with Algonanshin, who's on the back line. He's probably going to have to use his Aegis right now. If he gets stunned up, and have a nice protection from the Winter Wyvern. Healing him back up, and they will have another shot at it. Pain is going to get hit with the Ice Blast, but we'll be able to get back. The RP coming in on 2. Cristiano's dead before you can even blink an eye. Same with the sword. Here comes Zindros with a big ulti out, but the BKB from Tiny and Magnus, both 10 seconds, I believe, is blocking a lot of that out. Okay, 9 seconds of the Tiny, but same difference, basically, as Aliadel does manage to find one. Gem of Truesight dropped by the Wyvern, but he doesn't have any high ground vision. He's not going to be able to find it. They do get the Searing Chains off. They take down all 5. Cristiano's going to buy back, but he's the only one alive at the moment. They have a relocate to take Tiny back to the fountain in the nick of time if they need to, and the second buyback will be baited out. And Tiny still has the Aegis. Now, that Aegis is getting reclaimed in about 40 seconds, I think. Possibly any second now. I'm not 100% sure on that one. And keep in mind, if he takes damage while that Aegis is being reclaimed, he loses it. But he'll lose the Aegis anyway, as he respawns right where he was, and Kamuxi's going to call a good game. We're going over to game number 3 very shortly here, guys, as Kawaii put on the Tiny show. And it was a pretty big show, as it was. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm SP Revolution 5. We'll be right back with... more. Yeah.